Sheriff's deputies are currently on administrative leave after a shooting that took place Sunday. Police responded to the Bangor Downs townhouses at 3325 Alari Drive in Bangor Township around 3:25 for a report of gunshots coming from one of the apartments. They found one person dead inside the apartment and were faced with what police describe as a deadly force situation. At least one of the deputies fired his gun at the suspect, who was fatally wounded. Michigan State Police are investigating the shooting. Police in Montrose Township are investigating the death of a child last Thursday. The body was discovered by residents in a ditch along the 9400 block of North Moorish Road around 1:30 p.m. Police were called in and blocked the road to traffic. A 39-year-old man was arrested in connection to the case. Police have not released any further details at this time. Saginaw Fire Department is now the second in the state to receive an infant safe sleep certification. Here's WSGW's Jonathan Dent.
According to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, an average of 144 infants die due to unsafe sleeping conditions every year in Michigan. The Safe Sleep Certification Program trains emergency personnel on what to look for to help families prevent tragedy. Saginaw Fire Department Training and Safety Officer Brandon Hausbeck explains what this certification means. City.
Well, it's huge. It means that we are going to be able to go out and prevent infant deaths and injuries before they happen. A lot of times people think of fire departments in the traditional term of you call 911, we respond, which is true. But now we're getting into prevention aspects where we're trying to prevent bad things from happening.
Saginaw now has the second fire department in the state of Michigan to be Safe Sleep certified, following the Grand Rapids Fire Department. Jonathan Dent, News Radio 190.
WSGW News Time 9:07.
Thursday and Friday, September 8th and 9th, Voice Inc. invites you to join them at Johnson's Pumpkin Farm for the 2020 Escape. Simple local Michigan wines and meads paired with cheese and chocolate. Enjoy each other's company while you traipse through a 13-acre corn maze. Performances by Marsupial Cream Pie and Melissa May and Brian Coonan. Enjoy wines at the Cash Bar and feast on selections from our concession stand. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit the-grape-escape.org. This event is a fundraiser for Voice Inc. of Michigan.
Celebrate Labor Day September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th while you enjoy America's pastime, Great Lakes style. Your $25 ticket gets you admission to the game and the Northern Lights Pavilion All-American Buffet. Your choice of a hot dog, brat, hamburger, or barbecue chicken, and all your favorite All-American sides. Beans and cookies, plus unlimited soft drinks. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now at loons.com. Celebrate Labor Day September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with the Great Lakes Loons. Dive in. It's Loons baseball time.
WSGW News Time 9:08. The weather forecast is next. Governor Gretchen Whitmer declared an energy emergency following an oil refinery fire in Indiana. The BP oil refinery shut down production on Wednesday after an electrical fire. The refinery is the sixth biggest in the United States and produces 435,000 barrels per day. The governor's executive order declared emergency allows truck drivers to work longer hours to transport gas in order for stations to have enough fuel. The order also temporarily suspends certain laws and regulations regarding vapor pressure, in place until production resumes on September 15th. As the economy struggles with worker and supply chain shortages, the new CEO of the Michigan Chamber of Commerce, Jim Holcomb, says although things have improved, businesses are still having a tough time.
Unfortunately, I think the most extreme examples we see our businesses are actually closing. Talent shortage, attraction, retention is the number one issue for our members of industry. But trying to adapt to that, I think what we're seeing is a lot of creativity, and you're seeing employers and employees really working together to find out what works in a workspace and how to manage through this, and you're seeing people with historic wages.
Holcomb says wages are a major benefit right now, but fears it's still going to be an uphill battle. Ticket sales beginning this week for what's being described as a once-in-a-generation exhibition of Van Gogh artistry at the Detroit Institute of Arts. Van Gogh in America features more than 70 works from the famed artist and runs from October 2nd through January next year. Ticket sales begin tomorrow. The exhibition's anniversary of the DIA becoming the first public museum in the U.S. to acquire a Van Gogh painting. WSGW News Time 9:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see isolated showers and thunderstorms today with cloudy skies and a high of 87. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms continue with mostly cloudy skies and a low of 66. As we look to Tuesday, we're going to see isolated showers and thunderstorms with a high of 81. Wednesday, lots of sunshine with a high of 79 degrees. Looking at Thursday, we're going to see sunny skies with a high of 76. Friday, around 83. As we look to the weekend, we'll see isolated rain showers Saturday afternoon. Otherwise, the morning will be sunny with a high of 87. The meteorologist, Amanda Edwards, of the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently 71.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And a good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW from my Saginaw Spirit home studio on this Monday morning as we begin the final days of the month of August, believe it or not, already. We'll have open phones later on, and at 11 o'clock, we're going to learn about the Liver Life Walk coming to the region. But for the first part of this hour, we're going to talk a little politics this morning with someone who is involved. He is a county commissioner in Bay County, but running now for a seat in the legislature. And we say good morning to Commissioner Kim Coonan. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing fine. Thanks for joining us this morning. I have to ask, this is a strange question to start out. I looked at your site, your campaign site, and nowhere on that site did I find the word Democrat. Yet everybody that knows you knows. Was there a reason that you didn't put it on?
No, there wasn't. I've got a flyer that I knock on doors, been knocking for 15 weeks now, and that didn't have Democrat on there. Going forward, it will, but I tell people when I talk to them, and most everybody knows that.
Everybody knows you anyway, yeah. So why at this point of your life have you decided to run for the legislature?
Well, you know what, Art? The Michigan Democratic Party caucus came here about 5 months ago and kind of said, you can win. And we had about 4 or 5 meetings. I talked to my kids and my grandkids and my girlfriend, and they said, go ahead and do it. And my granddaughter, who is teaching her first year at East Kentwood in down by Grand Rapids, she was my campaign manager, but she's back at school. So I just thought if we could flip 3 seats in the House, then the Democrats would have a majority, first time in 12 years. And I don't believe they've had a majority in the Senate in 40 years. So I just thought it as an opportunity. If I could help do that, then I would.
So what do you see as the major issues going forward for the state of Michigan?
Well, we have to have a universal pre-K education. Studies have shown that kids, they do much better in the long run if they start school earlier at 3 instead of 5 and 6. We need affordable quality childcare. And I heard on the news just before this on workers, a worker shortage, and I see it every day. Yesterday I was walking and I saw this young lady. She had a child with her, and these folks, if they can find childcare, and if they can afford it, some of them just can't find either or afford it, so they stay home, and that creates the part of the shortage of the workers that we have in today's economy.
So I have to ask, is that a political issue? By that I mean, is it Republican or Democrat? And how do you fix it? How does the state all of a sudden wave a wand and find more childcare workers?
Well, Art, sometimes we're going to have to invest money on the front end in order to save it on the back end. At-risk families, especially kids who don't have a lot of support at home for whatever reason. I'm not making any any decisions here on what's going on at the home. But if we can invest money on the front end, we're going to save money in the juvenile, in the judicial, in the penal. So, and it's morally the right thing to do. Or if we know that there's people that need help, we need to help them.
Yeah, but how does the state do it? That go back to my question. How does the state all of a sudden find these workers, and what can the state do to entice people to become child care professionals?
Well, the state, if we put together an affordable quality child care program, you're going to have more younger people coming back into the workforce. A lot of them are not into the workforce because of the inability to find quality child care and or pay for it.
So let's talk for a minute about the fact that if you talk to a lot of small business people particularly, but even big corporations, they find workers who don't want to work. How do we fix that problem? Can we fix that problem?
Well, yeah, I think we can, Art. I'm a small business man.
Right.
And I've got probably 25 employees, but I do it a little differently than most. What I do, I think you have to change as a business person. First of all, you got to work, and I do work, and I work very hard. So if I work hard, they see that and they respect that. But what I do, I contact these folks on Friday before the next week, and I say, you give me your availability, because a lot of these people are working two jobs to begin with. So you got to be creative. And I've been pretty successful with that, with the serving crew and the bartenders and the cooks. You just take good care of them. You treat them with respect, you pay them, and I don't have a problem.
What's it like for a small businessman today? You've got your labor costs. The price of your supplies are all going up. How do you keep ahead of it?
Well, you're working harder for less. Our food's probably gone up a third. Our food costs have gone up a third. And we pay our people a living wage. And I'm not sure what anybody else does, but I know what I do. And I think to get through this, we may not make as much as we would want to. We're doing better by the numbers. We're busy. We put on a patio in the back, and we do a lot of creative things. We have a lot of great specials. So it's not that we're not busy. We are busy, but I don't think the bottom line is what it could be until we get the costs of food and services under control.
Can the state do anything to make it better for small business?
Small businesses, if you're going to, the state has some rules. We get inspected, and I think that's fine. I think the state needs to have some sort of regulation. I don't want to over-regulate, but for small businesses, no, I think that falls on the businessmen themselves. You just don't open up a business and hire people to work for you. You got to be there. You got to have a plan. You got to have a vision. To be honest with you, Art, I don't know what the state, what we need are, customers is what we need. And we need people who have the ability to come in and buy a hamburger and a beer and not walk by wishing that they could. So a living wage, whether that could be, done at the state level. I believe in it. And I believe in a living wage, not necessarily for kids 16 and 17 years old getting their first job, but for people who have lost jobs, have been downsized, and are now trying to support a family. I believe in a living wage.
All right, let's talk about a couple of other things in the state. Senator Horn and Representative O'Neill have been together in the charge to figure out how to attract big business to the state of Michigan. What's it going to take, and where do you stand on state supplements for businesses coming in to entice them?
Yeah, I think that's fine to entice businesses to come in. Now we have to have a short range plan, Art, and a long range plan. And the short range plan, everybody's got that. And maybe businesses aren't coming in the way we want them to on the short range plan. The long range plan, when I'm talking 20, 30 years, we're sitting on 90% of the fresh water in the United States here. And out down in the Southwest, Lake Mead's almost dry. So all those businesses down there, those peoples down there, this is going to be a magnet for economic development in the future. When I'm talking 20 or 30 years, but we need to work on the short range right now. And if that's enticing businesses, we've been doing it. So it's nothing that we haven't done before.
Talk about one of your pet projects, along with another guy whose picture I saw on your website, Ernie Krieger. I question that, but you and Ernie have been involved in the cleaning up of the beach and things of that nature at the state park. How important is that issue to you today, and how far along are you at getting it done?
Well, Ernie, myself, and Bob Redmond. Bob Redmond was our financial analyst, and it was the three of us that put this beach wellness together probably 13, 14 years ago. We raised over $150,000. We bought beach groomers and tractors and things like this. But more than anything else, we changed the mindset of the bureaucracy, the Corps, the DEQ, the DNR, Army, Fish and Wildlife, because I think they wanted that to be a wetlands. Well, that's not a wetlands. You go there, if you had gone there yesterday, you would have seen a beach full of people, families that don't have boats or cottages, but they have kids, and they deserve the opportunity to go out and recreate at low cost or no cost. That was huge. I think that was one of the biggest economic development stories we've had in the last 20 years in Bay County.
And continues.
And yes, sir.
All right, so let me ask you this, Kim. Why should someone vote for Kim Coonan for state rep?
Well, Art, I don't need the job, and I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not a politician. I think I work well with people. I believe I call myself a public servant. And what I want to do is I want to legislate for working families and families at risk, kids that need help. Like I was saying, kids that we have a moral responsibility, because the man upstairs, when I drop and before my body hits the ground, my soul is going to be up there, and he's going to say, Coonan, what did you do for anybody but yourself? And we all have to look at that, how we can help marginalized people that do need some help. So that's what I want to do. I want to legislate for families, working families, at-risk families, kids, and make our community a better place, our world a better place.
Kim, good luck, and thanks for joining us this morning. We'll do it again.
Thank you, Art. Appreciate it.
You bet. Commissioner Kim Coonan, running for state representative. And we thank him for joining us on this Monday morning. And we will take a break, come back. We'll have open phones for the remainder of the program here on WSGW.
Farming is more than a livelihood. It's a legacy. Simplot was founded by a hardworking farmer like you over 90 years ago, and we've been growing America's farms for generations. With local crop advisors grounded in your success, Simplot Grower Solutions is in your fields and by your side. We dig in deep to pinpoint what you need, where you need it, when you need it, even when the forecast is unpredictable. Find your local crop advisor at simplotgrowersolutions.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123, 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation. Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks are under pressure with concerns about the impact of higher interest rates following Fed Chair Jerome Powell's commitment to aggressively fight inflation. Stocks most sensitive to changes in the overall economy include home builders, airlines, hotel chains, and retailers. Sony Group is buying mobile games business Savage Games Studios. It's a sign Sony wants to do more than console gaming. It'll become part of PlayStation Studios, which has a new mobile division. Tesla CEO Elon Musk says he's aiming technology ready by the end of the year, and if regulators approve, it could be in wide release in the U.S. and Europe. But Musk has made other predictions about self-driving that have yet to happen. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
The dollar is in grave danger as Russia and China recruit more nations into their anti-dollar alliance known as BRICS. If this continues, how much longer until the dollar is worthless? Stephen K. Bannon here. I urge you to get Birch Gold's free info kit on sheltering your savings with a gold IRA. To get your free copy, text the word shelter to 989898. With inflation continuing to explode, it's critical you take action today. Text shelter to 989898 right now.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs. And call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
The WSGW Morning Team Show. WSGW Online Poll Football 2022. The college and pro season's ready to kick off. Michigan spectacular last championship, finishing 12-2. Michigan State impressive, winning the Peach Bowl, finishing 11-2. Lions only won 3 games, but did beat 2 playoff teams later in the year, Green Bay and Atlanta. Can Michigan and Michigan State continue great gutsy gridiron play? Will the Lions' appearance on HBO's Hard Knocks? Poll question. What team do you predict to win the most games this season? Wolverines, Spartans, Lions. All 3 will tie, or you can choose the Wolverines and Spartans, the Wolverines and Lions, or the Spartans and Lions. Make your choice by going to WSGW.com, scrolling on the homepage, clicking on the poll box, and making your vote.
You would always think, hey, the Lions play more games, right?
Yeah, never in all the years that we have done this before.
Could that change?
Could this be the year?
The Morning Team Show.
Till 9 on WSGW.
News coverage.
We've wound down pandemic relief programs. It's time we do the same thing for student loans.
There's no such thing as loan cancellation. It's just a matter of who pays it.
These are not people who went to Harvard the way that Tom Cotton did.
MAGA Republicans don't have a clue about the power of women. They are about to find out.
Florida is the state where woke goes to die.
How we're going to end this? By securing the borders. A lot of developments today.
News.
GW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. And It's open phones at 989-752-6111. Whatever you'd like to chat about on this Monday morning. We got a caller waiting, so we're going to start right out with a call this morning. It's going to be Jeff in Saginaw. Jeff, good morning.
Art.
Yeah.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Good morning. Yeah, it's good to see. First off, well, you talked about long-time listener. My father never missed the show.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I don't know how long you've been on the air, but just keep going, brother.
I've been here since 74,
I want to talk about my dad.
Yep.
Kind of make a comment about the greatest generation here. These people, we cannot give them enough attention or accolades. Do you understand me?
I'm listening.
That without them, there would not be a United States. There would be no U.S. in the USA. And
very
so
true.
You're still there.
No, I'm here. It's that comment is very true, and it's multi-generational because yes, the greatest generation, and usually that refers to the World War II veterans. Obviously, fought to keep our way of life intact, but that is also true of all the generations that came before them, and those generations.
Give me a minute or two. I want to give you background information on my father and mother. I'm working on the memoirs, the biography. That's the least I could do. After them, they created us, Army, Philippines, World War II, the Pacific. My Uncle Dale was sitting in a prison camp over in Germany about the same time. Uncle Tom wasn't old enough yet, but he was in... here's a Korean War. He followed that up. After the 1946-47 around there, Dad went to work for AT&T, Ma Bell. You heard of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
40 years. Pioneers Club, volunteers. And you see this guy, they had a golf league, and it's a shame that he wasn't in the PGA because I watched this man play golf. He taught me how to play, and I took a class of golf at Delta College, and I didn't learn anything from it. My father didn't teach me. You follow that?
Yep.
And he wouldn't have been saddled with people like me. He had his loyalty was to the family. He had to take care of his family, so he did that.
I grew up in the same kind of family.
Yeah, I understand. And so, these people, heroes in wartime when the nation needs them, superheroes. I call them super duper heroes in peacetime. Sacrificed a professional career in golf. He could have been CFO, CEO, for AT&T. Could have did anything with that. I would have made him a 6-star general. They would have had. Do you get it?
No bias there.
Yeah. Well, I were in the elevator, and he was my guardian angel. And by God,
all right,
I put him up to like Archangel. He's sitting somewhere pretty close to the ambrosia pond with Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Right.
Okay, so we understand each other.
Very good.
And my mother, half her life, is a lay minister in the community. So these people gave, sacrificed everything they had.
God bless them, Jeff. It's great to hear about people like that. It's wonderful. When are you going to finish the memoir?
Oh, I don't know. I have written other material, but this is different. This is not what we call this is not my genre.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds snobbish.
I got it. I understand what you're saying. It's not what you normally write.
I'm bringing in a ghostwriter. I'm talking to the SBSU Guild, Writers Guild out there. I'm trying to bring somebody in to coach me on this. I want to make sure I get it right. I've got 3
that
are interested.
Okay. Jeff, I got to run because of time, but keep us in touch and let us know how it's going. All right. Jeff in Saginaw, we appreciate it. Great story about the family. Lots of great families out there that deserve all kinds of credit. And I think all of us, we look at our parents and yeah, I can remember growing up thinking, they don't know anything. And now I realize they knew everything. It's amazing. All right. We're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll be back with more calls.
Your day starts before the sun rises. Once you're out to a field, a barn, or a tractor. As stewards of the land, you know anything worth doing is worth doing right. At Farm Bureau Insurance, we've always believed in and practiced this same philosophy. From heaving bales and weaning calves to spring seeding and fall harvests, it's all about an honest day's work. Knowing your insurance provider is rooted in Michigan offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Who can protect what matters to you.
Find your coverage in Vassar, Millington, and Mayville. Call Denny Miller at 989-823-8493.
Identity theft shows no sign of slowing down. In fact, more than $14 billion stolen last year. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save 25% on their first year of protection with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com, promo code BECK.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward and master 5th grade math.
I can't do this. It's impossible.
Not you, Dad, your daughter. Staples will help her move forward.
Right.
Right now, Staples cop books and number 2 pencils are just 50 cents each. Plus, 2 pocket paper folders are only 25 cents each. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. Ends 9/3 and store only, limit 30.
If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. That's true when your business is growing fast, and even more true when there's a lot. Inflation is running rampant, supply chains are clogged, and the labor market is tight. What does that mean for margins? But not every business is in the dark. Over 31,000 businesses know their numbers because they use NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, planning, budgeting, and of course, inventory. So you can manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. Everything you need, all in one place. In 2022, profit is the new growth. So NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your manual business processes, and see where to save money. Know your number and get to know how NetSuite can be the source of truth for your entire company. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
Tonight, it's the Inside Michigan Football Coaches Show with Jim Harbaugh as he previews this Saturday's season opener against Colorado State. Tune in live tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW.
This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios of WSGW.
All right, we're back. The Art Lewis Show, and Mark from This Week Lupton is with us. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, I want
You're breaking up.
Explosion of an
Mark. Your phone is breaking up. Find a solid signal
Can you
someplace.
hear me now?
Better, yes.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to talk about Meta. Zuckerberg had an interview, and it had to do with the FBI. Now, I know that's something that FBI, but when I say FBI, particular individual, I'm just saying in the story they used FBI. That being said, that Zuckerberg was approached to spike a story on the Hunter Biden's laptop and not to put it out there. And so is that not election, tampering with an election and holding down a story?
No, because he's not running for anything. It's tampering with the news. I would think at any time, a government wants you to suppress a story for whatever reasons, because maybe it's unfavorable to the person in power or what have you, that to me is wrong. But he wasn't running for an office, so it's not political on him. It may be political on the intent, but it's not political on Biden. There's a difference.
Well, I'm just saying political for the FBI to spike a story of Bobulinski. Bobulinski went on Tucker Carlson and laid out everything that had happened, and the media said, no, that's not true. That's disinformation. 50 former Leon Panetta, I'm not sure, they signed off saying that was Russian disinformation. When is the accountability on the FBI going to be held when they keep popping up with these stories? Governor Whitmer, this story here, January 6th involvement. They keep percolating with these stories with the FBI. At what point, who can hold them accountable?
Congress.
Okay.
So you got to change hands, don't you? In other words,
yeah.
If you want it, and we've already heard this, that if the Republicans win a majority in the House, look out, Democrats, because there's going to be one investigation after another. And I'm not sure I favor that, because I don't favor it either way, because then we don't get anything done for the people of the country. But the reality is that's politics today, and he who has the power wins.
Well, FBI should not be weaponized to go after your opponent.
Fully agree. Fully agree with that, but you have to determine whom in the FBI did it. And I've said this before. Understand there are thousands of good men and women who put on the badge and gun every day to go out and protect us in the FBI and other federal agencies. And there are those few in the agency who want to use it for their own political or whatever purposes. Those are the ones you got to go after. When we start generalizing and say, "Oh, it's the FBI," well, we kind of put a stench on those that don't deserve it. We got to go after the actual people that make those decisions and that do those things, not the everyday agent on the street.
Well, unfortunately, when the stories come out, it just says F.
Yeah, I understand that. That's what I'm saying.
Individual?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
All right, sir.
Good enough, Mark. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Have a good one. Bye-bye now. You've heard me say this many times. And I do have a certain built-in bias. I'm involved in a number of crime prevention initiatives here in the Great Lakes Bay region. I associate with and know an awful lot of law enforcement people. And as you've heard me say, I am the product of one. My father was a federal agent. He was a special agent Treasury in what was then the intelligence unit, which now is the Criminal Investigation Division. I will tell you, and of course I'm biased because he was my father, but you could not meet a finer individual. And one who understood the Constitution and swore to protect it. And all of the people that serve in federal agencies as enforcement officers, and there are a myriad of them. There are enforcement officers in places you wouldn't even think of having enforcement officers, but they're there. They have one goal in mind: to keep you safe, to keep the country on the right track, and to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Now, sometimes their bosses get in the way. Those are the people you have to hold accountable. How do you do it? Well, it's the old story. As I said, he who has the power wins. If you have the power, you can call into question the action of those who you disagree with. If you don't have the power, as you see today, the Republicans are on the short side of it. The Democrats have the power and they're using it. They decide what they're going to question and who they're going to question. If you don't like that, then come midterms, You vote to make a change. It's the way it works. Take a quick break here. Come back. We'll have more calls when we return on the Art Lewis Show.
Hi, this is Jessica. Do you currently have an auto lease coming due? Have you been thinking about whether or not you should keep your current lease vehicle and are worried about current dealership inventory? Don't let the thought of searching for a new car stress you out. United Financial is here to help you. You can take advantage of our auto lease buyout loan vehicle. Plus, enjoying 90 days of no payments, low rates, and a gas card when you finance your current lease vehicle with United Financial Credit Union. See how we put you first at United Financial? And contact us today to learn more, and we can keep you on the road in your current vehicle.
Some restrictions may apply. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by the NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Credit Union. During the life
Your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now is the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-915-8288 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy, 800-915-8288 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 58288 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Call U.S. Pharmacy right now, 800-915-8288. That's 800-915-8288.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL. Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
Your home football is WSGW. The defending Big Ten champions are ready to prove that last year was not a fluke.
He's going to go down the sideline. Right palm. Touchdown, Michigan. Donovan Edwards on the wheel route at the midfield stripe. At the 5. Touchdown, Michigan. He's in the end zone. Pick 6. DJ Turner.
The season kicks off against the Colorado State Rams at the Big House on Saturday, September 3rd. Game day coverage at 11 a.m. with kickoff at noon on 790 News Radio WSGW. The history.
106,000 fans.
The tradition.
Haskins scores his 5th of the day.
The memories.
And he plays toward the end zone. Touchdown! Mario Manningham, and Michigan will win.
Michigan football is on WSGW.
And we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, for this Monday morning. Scott is in Saginaw. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, Art. Hey, I wanted to kind of pick up on where your last caller left off. As far as the FBI goes, there are good agents. I think it's so critical that investigations be done into what has been happening here the last 5 or 6 years. Now, I say this saying, if we were actually investigating real crimes where they were actually getting real crimes, I'd say, okay, I can trust this. But for me, for the FBI to gain credibility again after watching, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, we have their testimony, we have their emails where they said, hey, we need a better plan than just what we have in the Russian collusion thing. We need something better, something like you laid out in Andy McCabe's office.
Well,
this needs to be looked into.
Yeah, here's the thing, Scott. First of all, I agree with you. But remember this, you named two names. There are thousands of FBI agents out there. They represent themselves. Unfortunately, when they do what they do as agents, they represent the agency, and that needs to be investigated. What I'd like to see is an open and transparent investigation of not only the leadership of the FBI and what's been going on there, but of Hunter Biden and his computer and all of those things, because where there's that much smoke, there's got to be a little bit of fire someplace.
Well, speaking of, supposedly in the Joe Biden's daughter's diary, that now the FBI is raiding homes and arresting people, even though they have the actual diary. Do you know what was being said in that?
I have no idea.
Well, Kamala Harris may have had it right when she called him a racist, because Joe Biden's daughter was making a suggestion in her diary that he was taking inappropriate showers with her. So follow the story through. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just telling you what I've been hearing that they said is in that diary.
Yeah, well, until I see the diary and read the diary, I don't trust any of it.
Well, again, they had it. Somebody tried to give it to the Trump administration. Trump said nope. They wanted nothing to do with it. And then Project Veritas turned it over to the FBI. Since then, that's been hid. Project Veritas has been raided once or twice because of the diary, even though they don't even have it. To me, we need to hold these corrupt agents accountable, because if we do nothing about it, just like James Comey, this guy's sitting pretty on the money he made from a corrupt book that he wrote. He shouldn't be doing it. He should be in prison someplace for what he did. He should at least did a couple years for turning over classified information to a civilian, so then they could get a fraudulent to be held accountable.
Yeah. Change power in Washington, and maybe it'll happen. Who knows?
I hope we do, Art. I hope we do. All right, Art, I'll talk to you.
All right, Scott. Have a good one. Bye-bye now. It all goes back to power, folks. And in this day and age, this is a different world we live in today. I'll tell you what, politics has never been this raunchy before. And it's both sides play the game. They're impeachment happy. They're investigation happy. It's a sad commentary. How do we think it looks to the rest of the world? I don't know. It just absolutely boggles my mind that we have reached this point. Now, I will tell you this. We only have one group of people to blame. That's ourselves, because we put up with it. Do you know why there is so much negative political advertising? The answer is simple. It works. That's why. And what does that mean? That means that we, the public, and maybe not you, maybe not me, but in general, somebody's responding to it enough to make it worthwhile. And the more we, the people, respond to negativity, the more negativity you're going to hear. And now we're getting into a midterm season. Stand by for robocalls. And do you know why you'll get robocalls? Because just like negative advertising, they work. To what degree? Well, I once asked a political operative about robocalls, and she told me, A, they're the cheapest way to get the message out. And she said, if we do 100,000 robocalls, if we get a 2 or 3% return, that's 2,000 or 3,000 people we've picked up. That's why they do it. Somebody responds. It doesn't happen otherwise. If negative advertising drove people away rather than enticed people to vote, it would be history. But that's not going to happen. And particularly now with the advent of social media, becoming a platform for unverified information, misleading information, misinformation that somebody picks up and runs with. Again, both sides. It works. It's not going anywhere. If it keeps on working, if we keep on responding to it, why in the world would we think that those doing it would stop doing it? It's not going to happen. You might as well get used to the fact that this is the new politics, if you will. Too bad, because I don't think any of us benefit from it. Back to close out this hour after these notes.
Mark your calendars for all the fun at Our Kids World Back to School Edition. Saturday, September 24th at Sarah Automotive in Saginaw. This free kids event will help kick off the school year with bounce houses, fun games, prizes, and so much more. Sarah Automotive invites you out from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. to join in all the action. If you or your organization would like to participate, call 989-752-3456. Our Kids World Back to School Edition. Saturday, September 24th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sponsored by Sarah Automotive and Francis Ray Academy.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
Aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
This is it, your last chance to win $5,000 a week forever from Publishers Clearinghouse. Today is the last day to enter. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. But you must enter at PCH.com before it's too late. Day to enter, so go to PCH.com now. $5,000 a week forever. Don't miss your last chance to win it this August 31st. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/29. No purchase necessary. Void or prohibited.
Though many people are doing okay today, there are still many people experiencing difficulties in the community. Here is a reminder for you of a free community resource you are encouraged to use if you find yourself needing extra support. 211 is a public service number for all non-emergency needs. You can call it anytime, any day, and an agent will connect you with whatever it is you're looking for. Food, financial assistance, housing support, clothing, transportation. All you need to do is dial 211 or text your zip code to 898-211 to get connected. Looking for a COVID testing location? Need help paying your bills? Is food in short supply for your family? Dial 211 to talk to a compassionate, highly trained agent who is ready to connect you. It is a free and confidential service to help you overcome obstacles of all sizes. This message is brought to you by the Saginaw Community Foundation, because it takes a village for good forever.
Hi, this is Mike Avery. You know you can hear my outdoor magazine show Sunday mornings, 9 till noon on WSGW. But now there's another option. Saturday morning, 6 till 9. Tune in for the latest outdoor news and information, hunting and fishing tips, wildlife and conservation issues, even some wild game cooking. That's Outdoor Magazine now on Saturday mornings too, 6 till 9, right here on WSGW 790 AM and 100.5 FM.
All right, that's going to wrap up this first hour of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. We're going to make way for the news. We've got news from CBS. That's the national and international report. And then we'll bring you up to date on the region and the state of Michigan, all of that with the local news here on WSGW. We'll be back with another hour of open phones. That's what's ahead this morning here on WSGW. We'll talk to you right after the news.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez in New York. It was a no-go for NASA's mighty Artemis moon rocket this morning. Correspondent Peter King was up bright and early at Kennedy Space Center.
It's not what NASA wanted.
Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson has called a scrub for today.
But it's important that everything work as planned on the brand new rocket and spacecraft.
The issue that came up was an engine bleed that couldn't be remedied.
In plain English, to chill down one of the four main engines for the Space Launch System so it can fly safely. Engineers are trying to find out why that long-practiced procedure did not work. They hope they can fix it on the launch pad. NASA's next launch attempt could come as soon as Friday.
Supermarket workers in Bend, Oregon scrambled for cover when shots rang out at their Safeway.
Me and 3 other employees ran into a walk-in refrigerator and closed the door and stayed there. We stayed hidden until the authorities arrived.
Police say a gunman shot and killed 2 people at the Safeway. They say the suspect was dead when they arrived. The chief says officers did not fire their guns. Police are looking for 2 suspects in the shooting of an NFL player. CBS's Steve Kathan.
Brian Robinson, a rookie running back for the Washington Commanders, was shot during what the team says was an attempted robbery or carjacking in D.C. The 23-year-old is hospitalized with what the team says are non-life-threatening injuries.
An official in southern Ukraine a counteroffensive to retake occupied Kherson. It comes as UN inspectors make their way to a nuclear power facility in southern Zaporizhia.
The team will assess any damage from recent shelling near the Zaporizhia power plant and perform safety and security checks if the Russians let them, says Ukrainian presidential aide Alexander Rodnyansky.
It's unclear whether they will have enough information to really have a good picture of what's going on.
Accusing the Russians of using the same obstructive tactics the Iranians have employed over their nuclear inspections. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
LG is teaming with Honda to build an electric car battery plant in the U.S. They say it'll cost $4.4 billion and produce batteries exclusively for Honda vehicles. The exact location hasn't been decided yet. A reggaeton star does double duty at the VMAs. Bad Bunny won Artist of the Year. CBS Entertainment's Dana Cortez.
Bad Bunny made history by becoming the first ever win the prestigious award. The announcement was immediately followed by his performance live from his sold-out show at Yankee Stadium.
Taylor Swift won Top Prize Video of the Year and announced she has a new album coming out October 21st. Dow down 208. This is CBS News.
You need to hire fast and hire right? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Summer is here, the perfect time to save some money. Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out all of our deals going on right now from Tri-City Motor Speedway, One Up Games and Repairs, JB's Market in Munger, Norrie's of Auburn, Daylight Outfitters, and more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
And now, bed. If sleep apnea and CPAP struggles are ruining your sleep, Inspire may work for you. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to help you sleep peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more at inspiresleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I get those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Find Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real. And I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. make the call now.
Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Partly cloudy skies and 75 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Burchuk. The Saginaw City Council meets this evening. The city's American Rescue Plan Act Advisory Committee will present recommendations for $25 million of the $52 million granted to the city of Saginaw. Topping is $10 million worth of investment in community centers, childcare, and youth development programs. Also recommended are funds for housing revitalization and a new behavioral health clinic. Following the news last week, the federal funding was being cut to child advocacy centers by half. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services announced a reversal of that ruling on Friday. The state was to receive about $12.5 million until officials were told funding was only going to be about $6 million last Thursday. Now, 35 organizations around Michigan will receive their full amount from the Victims of Crime Act, which provides money to child advocacy centers like the CAN Council and others. Those centers help children who are victims of physical, sexual, or emotional abuse. United Financial Credit Union held a purse drive during July to benefit Saginaw's Underground Railroad and the Bay Area Women's Center. United Financial officials say they want to thank everyone who donated purses, personal care products, and monetary donations. More than 150 purses were collected, along with $100 in donations. Purses donated to Bay Area Women's Centers will be used to fill client needs and were used to support that took place August 9th at the Doubletree in Bay City. Purses donated to the Underground Railroad will be filled with comfort items and given to survivors of sexual and domestic assaults. In most abusive situations, there's no time to pack personal care items like toothpaste, toothbrushes, and other hygiene products. United Financial also thanked G's Pizzeria of Saginaw, which served as a drop-off location. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring easier. In Empower Your Retirement, they talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, this book explores how a simple process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you understand the must-dos to prepare for the retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-848-1188. That's 989-848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services, investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes, a registered investment advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. Michigan Republicans officially set their ticket of candidates for November at Saturday's nominating convention in Lansing. GOP delegates selected Shane Hernandez as the nominee for lieutenant governor, gubernatorial candidate Tudor Dixon's pick for a running mate, along with Attorney General Matthew DePerno and Secretary of State Christina Caramo. There was some contention during the convention, for hundreds of delegates and guests repeatedly booing the GOP party chairman. Also, a debate over Macomb County delegates delayed the start of the convention. Clock is ticking for those looking to get thousands of dollars in tuition assistance. Here's Michigan News Network's Dan Jenkins.
The Michigan Education Trust is giving away $115,000 prizes for prepaid tuition, totaling $1.5 million, and you only have until midnight Wednesday to enter. After that, there will be a random drawing in September to determine who wins those prizes. They say the money can be used to cover tuition and fees at university, community college, or technical schools. Anyone can enter in a child from birth to 5 years old for this prize. Organizers say the goal is to provide as many Michigan families as possible with a chance to.
Eastern Michigan University professors are threatening to strike as contract talks continue between the university and the professors' union. During a vote Saturday, the membership EMU's chapter of the American Association of University Professors voted at 97% in favor of giving its negotiating team the authority to inform the EMU administration of possible strike action. The current contract will expire at midnight Wednesday. Classes at EMU start Monday. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 1010. I'm Mike Percha.
WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms here for today with cloudy sky conditions, a high into the upper 80s. Winds out of the southwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25. And for tonight, a chance for showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, a low near 66. Tuesday, skies become mostly sunny, high of 81 degrees. Then by Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 79. Thursday, plenty of blue skies and sunshine, high of 76. And Friday, sunshine, high around 83. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. 4.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And good morning. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show, a brand new final week of August. Would you believe that? Just amazes me. I know there are 60 seconds in a minute and there's 60 minutes in an hour, but time just seems to fly. And here we are at the almost end of summer, getting ready for the Labor Day holiday. Wow. Anyhow, this hour is open phones. Whatever you'd like to talk about, 989-752-6111 is the number to get in touch with us. Before we get to some of those topics, I have something I want to chat about personal just for a moment. My wife and I, we're not regular theater goers, but for some reason, it all fell in place this week. And Thursday, we went out and saw a movie, something we have not seen in a long, long time. We went to see Elvis. Very, very good, very long, but a very good movie. We were glad we went. And then last night, we went down to the Court Theater and saw the show Pure AM Gold, put on by the Stone Street Revival. It was a benefit for Mustard Seed. And I had not seen this group before. And they asked if I would introduce the group. And I said, well, okay. They gave me a script, if you will. And I started reading the script. And the more I read it, the more I kept saying, you got to be kidding. All these guys are around here, these guys and one gal. And I just, it blew my mind because one of them, and I've got the script in front of me here. One of them is a member of the Michigan Country Music Hall of Fame. Many of them play for local symphonies and concert bands. One of them appeared on Late Night with David Letterman and on The Tonight Show twice and has performed on a platinum-selling record. And they're phenomenal. They're an 8-piece band, plus they had a fella doing the disc jockey work because it was supposed to be like a 60s radio show, if you will. And they played all this music and played it very well. Oh, my goodness gracious. One hit after another. And it was just spectacular. I'd never seen them before. I'd love to see them again. Love to see them again. The group is called Stone Street Revival. And the show they put together was called Pure AM Gold, AM being AM radio back in the day. Before FM really took off, it was AM radio. It's where all the hits were made. It's where I started my career. So we went because, it was, for me, a throwback. I sat there watching this show about Pure AM radio, listening to all the music that I played on AM radio when I got in the business in 1963. So it was kind of a neat evening, but I just wanted to compliment them on their musicality and the way the show is structured. But if you have a chance, Stone Street Revival is the group. They have a website. You can find them online. And they are superb. Just great musicians. Just a sampling of the talent that we have in this region available. And then it was for the benefit of the Mustard Seed. Amy Bartels Rowe was there, and big crowd. I mean, the theater was practically full. And it was impressive. Really was impressive the way they did the whole thing. They had fun. They did some shtick. And when it came to playing the music, top notch. So we're glad we went. You know, we haven't really gone out to a lot of those things. It's one of those things where my wife more than me, but we're homebodies to it. We have, you know, some folks that are true friends of ours that we go out with pretty regularly, go out to dinner, something like that. But otherwise, we're not really big social butterflies. I mean, I go to a lot of events my wife doesn't go to because she doesn't want to go anywhere where I have to socialize, and she sits there alone, and I don't blame her. Don't blame her at all. So we, you know, in many ways would rather be home with Monkey, our dog, than out and about. We're not social butterflies, so to speak. And, you know, part of that is as you get older, you know, you don't have the same desires. But this week, for some reason, we decided to break the mold and get out and went to a movie and went to the show and actually had a pretty good time. Pretty enjoyable all the way around. Saw a great movie. And, yeah, we'll consider going back again sometime. Ate a lot of popcorn, I'll tell you that. You have to do that at a movie theater, right? Absolutely have to do it. That's how they make their money. Selling you the popcorn and all that good stuff. And just one other note about the Court Theater, if you haven't been there. Hats off to Tom Braley and his wife, who have spent their time and treasure refurbishing this quaint little theater. It's truly what I call intimate theater because it only seats, I don't know exactly what the seating is. It may be something like 4.5, you know, maybe somewhere around 400. I'm not even sure about that. But it's been tastefully redone. All the systems have been upgraded. And it's a tough road. I mean, you know, they did this before the pandemic hit, and then the pandemic hit, and that shut everything down. And in the same way that the Shaheens redid the Temple Theater and made it a gift to the community, in a way, this is Tom and his wife did the same thing. The Court Street Theater is a gift to the community because it's a wonderful place to see things you won't see in big theaters, big screens, big stages. It's much more intimate. And they did a very, very nice job in redoing it. So if you have a chance, something comes along at the Court Theater that tickles your fancy, go see it. You'll be glad you did. You will be. Promise you. All right. We are going to have open phones for the entire hour. Whatever else is on your mind, 989-752-6111 is the number to call. Let me ask how you slept last night, because, you know, in this day and age, we're all asked to do a lot more for less. And sleep becomes very important when you go to bed and theoretically spend a third of your life there. You really need to get quality sleep. You can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. You can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your dollars are spent and they stay right here in our local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a sanitary mattress. And they feature 1-hour window delivery of your mattress to your home. If you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you, something the box stores can't do. So visit them. Stop in to Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport, or visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or call 753-1757. And just a personal note, when I came here in 1974, one of the first pieces of copy I ever read was for Sanitary Mattress, and they've been with us ever since. They sell a lot of mattresses. They must be doing something right. All right. We'll take a break and be back after these notes.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Expand your outdoor living space with concrete landscape blocks from Menards. Get a free estimate instantly with our Design and Buy landscaping program. From patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more, you can design the landscape of your dreams for free. Visit the store or Menards.com to get started on your next project today. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards. Good through September 5th. Savings or mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money.
When the forgotten poor are in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, a floating hospital staffed by volunteers, heroes of mercy who donate their time to save lives.
Every human has the right to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
To learn more, go to mercyships.org.
I'm Connell McShane. This is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks lost more ground at the open. The focus for investors continues to be the impact of higher interest rates after Fed Chair Jerome Powell committed to more increases until inflation is under control. Honda and LG Energy are planning a $4.4 billion factory to build batteries for electric vehicles, though it's believed they're looking at Ohio, where Honda builds cars. Walmart is looking at buying a retail and wholesale company in South Africa. Massmart says Walmart is already a majority owner and it has reached terms for a potential takeover. And Walt Disney has secured rights to air global cricket events for subscribers in India. It's a 4-year deal. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Now is the time to diversify your investments with gold and silver to protect your retirement. For Bishop Gold Group. Bishop Gold Group sells physical gold and silver delivered to your door or put directly in your IRA. Call Bishop Gold Group and tell them Lisa Booth sent you to receive a silver gift on your first order. Dial pound 250 from your mobile phone and mention keyword Bishop Gold or go to bishopgoldgroup.com. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text message from Bishop Gold Group.
You want to be a showstopper like The Miz? You want to be awesome? Then you'll want to have a game plan. Whether you're a champion or a bettor, you've got to be responsible. The DraftKings Sportsbook offers all the tools you need. You can set a realistic budget and bet within your means. You can set time, deposit, have a personal game plan for having fun while being responsible. I practice safe bets, and so should you. Visit DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming to learn about all these tools and more.
Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/responsible gaming for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
Ad paid for by USA Veteran Law Group. Attention Marines, if you or a loved one live or worked at Camp Lejeune for more than 30 days between 1953 and 1988, you were exposed to drinking water contaminated with benzene and other highly carcinogenic chemicals, causing those exposed to develop devastating health conditions. You may qualify for significant compensation if you have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, bladder, kidney, or liver cancer, or other serious health conditions. At 866-463-0001 or visit usaveteranlawgroup.com.
Now, a WSGW Morning Team Show memorable moment.
There's going to be a report released, and it's from the General Accountability Office, the GAO, the nonpartisan. Headline, Bloat Uncovered in the Beltway. This is really amazing. Story, just to go through some of the highlights. The U.S. government has 15 different agencies overseeing food safety laws, 20 separate programs to help the homeless, 80 programs for economic development, 82 federal programs to improve teacher quality, 80 to help disadvantaged people with transportation, 47 for job training and employment, 56 to help people understand finances. Reviewed by the Wall Street Journal.
And we should say all of these very worthy causes.
Yes.
But do you need all these different agencies that have their hand in it?
One that's doing pretty much the same thing that another one is doing. Or if not, maybe one that could be doing all that the others are doing.
Now here's the vogue interim thing to do right now. Create a commission on collaboration.
Oh no!
The Morning Team, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Trying to find when and where you can hear the Tigers, Red Wings, Michigan football, and basketball, Saginaw Spirit hockey, and SVSU football on WSGW? Just click on the sports broadcast box on WSGW.com for complete game time listings. That's WS.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show. That promo, the old retro promo where they were talking about all the government bloating in agencies. One of the agencies is to teach people about finance. Maybe the government ought to take that course. I don't know. Shirley is in Thomas Township. So let's go there this morning and say hello to Shirley.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing well, thanks.
I was about 5 rows behind you last night. It was awesome.
It was, wasn't it? Everybody had a good time.
So much fun. Everybody had such a good time. Love it when the audience engages with whoever's on stage. I wanted to say that I feel the same way, too, about the Brayleys, that they've done a remarkable job. I was there Friday night for the Saginaw Choral Society.
Yeah, I talked to a number of people that were, yeah.
Very good also. Very good venue there. But I had to laugh because they were so creative in this performance last night where they had the request line and where they had the drama from the soap operas in there. That was just hilarious. Just hilarious.
Well, it kind of set the period. It set the tone. You know, it was.
It definitely did. And I think everybody could relate to it pretty much in that audience.
Well, I know I could because I did a lot of those requests back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them.
So it must have been fun for you reliving a lot of that.
It was. I have to tell you a funny story about that the request thing. First radio job I ever had was in New Mexico, in Clovis, New Mexico, and I was a rock jock. And we used to have a dedication line, and people would call up and make a dedication. Would you play such and such to so and so? And I would always ask, where are you from? I'm down there, a kid from New York City, and I get a call from just over the border in Texas from a gal who has such a thick accent. She lived in Muleshoe, Texas, but all I heard was Muleshoe. And I went, where? What? Who? What? Muleshoe. Okay, how do you spell it? Took me 5 minutes to figure out where she was from because I had no idea there was any place called Muleshoe. And on we went, but we used to get a lot of those. Those were the days.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah. So, and has lost a lot. The younger generation that's coming up of simple fun, just simple fun.
Well, you have to remember this, Shirley, and I hear what you're saying because I can remember, the music of my generation was not the music of my parents' generation, and what we did wasn't what they did. It's almost generationally true that each generation thinks they're different from the last generation. All it is different ways of doing it.
That's true.
Today, the youngsters today all have their devices in their hand, and they think that's fun and can't imagine how we lived without them. We can't imagine how they live with them. So,
well, it was a simpler time.
That's true.
The choices, so we made our fun a lot more
Absolutely right. You are absolutely right about that. We had to be creative.
And I think we've lost some of that. I mean, not to say that these people aren't creative putting stuff on TikTok. It's amazing what you might see once in a while. And I don't know how people have the patience for it. But, you know, it was just fun.
Yeah.
I was with a friend, and she said, wow, listening to all this music and knowing all the words to it, isn't it amazing how they all come back to you?
When you go to something, like that, one word comes to mind: escape. Doesn't matter what you're doing today, you escape to yesterday, and you have a great time doing it.
Oh yes, oh yes. And you know, I've always said you can't go back and have it the way it was. Because it never will be. That's done.
That's true, but you can remember it.
That's right. And memories are what count.
All right. Shirley,
let you go.
Appreciate the call. Thanks a lot.
You're
Bye-bye
welcome.
now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Next up is Rudy in Saginaw. Rudy, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Art?
Doing well, thanks.
Yeah. Last week you had a gentleman on from Consumers Power. I didn't get the whole conversation, but I know he mentioned they're going to be phasing out the fossil fuel. And I think you asked him if we would have enough energy for the future. And I think you talked about the couple plants that were coming online, Sturgis or hydroelectric or whatever. Yeah. My question was this. I think they probably have enough energy to supply our needs, but have they anticipated the growth in the electric car? I don't know how many vehicles are in Michigan. Might be 50,000, might be 100,000. But in 5 years, there's going to be considerably more, putting more pressure on.
Well,
they're going to be able to.
I can tell you this: over the last year or two of talking to numerous consumer officials, I always ask the same question: how are you? You know, are you going to be able to fill it? And each and every time I get a yes. Now, is that a yes because that's the talking point, or is that a yes because they really know how they're going to be supplying the energy? I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I do know this though, that they're phasing out the coal plants, but they are buying another natural gas plant. Plus, they're counting on a lot of solar. They plan to put a lot of solar fields in, and some windmill energy, obviously, but they are really counting on solar. They really think that's going to be the wave of the future.
Well, I think solar is good for the Southwest, where you get sun a lot.
I was waiting for that.
Here, half the time it's dark, and the other half. Well, maybe we got 1/4 of the sun to work with.
Yeah, they point over on Lake Michigan. They have a storage plant where they store electricity, and I think that you're going to see more of that come about in the future, where they will have
the gravity one in Ludington that uses electricity at night to fill up the reservoir with water.
It might be. I'm not sure. But
I know they got.
Yeah. But you're going to find more of that. You're going to find facilities where they can generate it when they can and they store it and use it when they need it. I think you're going to see more of that in the future, but I'm not an electric generation expert, and I still want to see exactly how they're going to replace all this energy as we start moving to EVs, which we definitely are, because we're not going to have a lot of choice.
Nope.
So
that's for sure. One more point. You mentioned this morning with the gentleman for the State House that Ken Horn and somebody else has been
Amos O'Neill
commissioned by the governor to try to attract businesses.
Well, they actually did it on their own. They've done it through the legislative process.
Yeah, my point was Kellogg of Battle Creek is up in their headquarters. And instead of moving to Detroit, which could really use some corporate headquarters, they're moving to Chicago. Seems like when Boeing and all these big corporations, they move to Chicago. Seems like we should work hard to keep our businesses, existing businesses here, while attracting other ones.
Yeah,
because if we let these go by, then we're going to lose a lot more jobs than we can absorb.
You have to do both. I agree.
Exactly.
You got to do both.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Rudy, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye now. And that opens the lines for you. Again, it's an open line hour, so whatever you want to chat about, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you here on the Art Lewis Show.
Thursday and Friday, September 8th and 9th, Voice Inc. invites you to join them at Johnson's Pumpkin Farm for the 2022 Grape Escape. Sample local Michigan wines and meads paired with cheese and chocolate. Enjoy each other's company while you traipse through a 13-acre corn maze. Performances by Marsupial Cream Pie and Melissa May and Brian Coonan. Enjoy wines at the Cash Bar and feast on selections from our concession stand. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit the-grape-escape.org. This event is a fundraiser for Voice Inc. of Michigan.
Your local radio stations are here or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender. And 6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or 6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681.
TrackPhone wants to know, are you an influencer, a big live streamer? No? And guess what? You don't need an endless data plan. Get just the right amount of data with TrackPhone's $40 unlimited talk and text smartphone plan. Now with 8 gigs of high-speed data and unlimited carryover on America's largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. Get the data you need at the price you want. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control. Available at major retailers. 5G compatible device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at trackphone.com.
You have the chance to win $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. It's the WSGW Back to School Contest. To play, simply visit WSGW.com and click on the Back to School Contest box. You can enter up to once per day with bonus entry opportunities too. Deadline to enter is August 31st. Winner determined by random drawing. $1,000 for you and $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. The Back to School Contest at WSGW.com.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSGW online poll, football 2022. The college and pro season's ready to kick off. Michigan spectacular. The Big Ten Championship, finishing 12-2. Michigan State impressive, winning the Peach Bowl, finishing 11-2. Lions only won 3 games, but did beat 2 playoff teams later in the year, Green Bay and Atlanta. Can Michigan and Michigan State continue great, gutsy, gridiron play? Will the Lions' appearance on HBO's Hard Knocks become hardcore football? Poll question, what team do you predict to win the most games this season? Wolverines, Spartans, Lions, all 3 will tie? Or you could choose the Wolverines and Spartans, the Wolverines and Lions, or the Spartans Lions. Make your choice by going to WSGW.com, scrolling on the homepage, clicking on the poll box and making your vote.
You would always think, hey, the Lions play more games, right?
Yeah, never in all the years that we have done this poll.
If they wanted.
Be the year.
The Morning Team Show. Weekdays 5:30 till 9 on WSGW. From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios. You are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
And we're back here on WSGW. Here is news about voting. If you vote absentee, first of all, as far as I know, and I hope I'm right, the Secretary of State will not be blanketing your mailbox with absentee voter applications. I have not heard anything about them doing a wholesale mailing like they did the last time. However, if you are a registered voter in Michigan, you can now apply to vote absentee this coming November. What you do is you go to michigan.gov/vote and you fill it out online, or you print out the application and return it by mail, or you can email it, or you can go in person to your local city clerk, your local township clerk, whatever you have. And they will mail out the ballots on September 29th. After that, you would need to go down to your clerk's office to fill out the form and get the ballot, but you can do that right up till Election Day. So absentee ballots will now be available. According to Secretary Benson's office, this last August primary, 1 million people in Michigan voted by absentee. If you're not registered to vote, there is a voter registration online. You have to have a valid Michigan ID, or you can go to a Michigan Secretary of State's office branch or your local township or city clerk at a state agency that provides public services, or you can do it by mail at least 15 days before the election. So if you don't think midterms are close, folks, let's see. What are there? 2 months and a week maybe, or something like that, until the midterm elections. It is not that far off. And you can expect in the next week or two to begin seeing an increase in political advertising, an increase in robocalls from politicians, an increase in mailings, an increase in people knocking on your door. It's campaign season. Get used to it. And understand this. Let us say you have a landline phone and you are on the do not call list. Be aware that does not apply to politicians. No. Because that would be considered inhibiting political speech, which courts have ruled time and time again you can't do. So politicians are exempt from following the do not call list. And then there are those who illegally don't follow the do not call list and call you from countries all over the world, trying to sell you everything from Medicare to insurance to having you arrested for whatever. It's getting out of hand. It really is. But just understand that the do not call list does not apply to political types. So you can expect you will be getting calls. And you'll probably be getting calls from survey companies. It's about the time they come out of the woodwork. It's political season, whether you like it or not. You're going to be involved. I would suggest to you that before you go to the polls, you go to michigan.gov/SOS and click on elections and click on the voter information box and download your ballot, or at least look at it online so you know whom you're going to be voting for, you know what issues you're going to be voting for, so that you can vote efficiently. When you get in there, you do your thing and you get out. It's a smart way to go, and it also gives you time to study the candidates, to study the issues, so you can actually learn about them and make some solid decisions rather than just off the cuff going, oh, I like the color of his shirt, So I really, truly believe that it's in everybody's best interest to go online and download your own ballot. And that ballot, by the way, is dedicated to you, because you will put in where you live and what precinct you vote in, right down to the precinct. So that is exactly what you will see in terms of who's on the ballot and what issues are on the ballot. You will not see somebody else's or a generic statewide ballot. You will see your actual ballot, which makes life a lot easier. So take advantage of it. It's there for you to use. You'd be smart to do so. All right, lines open 989-752-6111, toll free 866-790-WSGW. If you hadn't heard this morning, Artemis 1 is still on the launch pad because they had a fuel cell problem. They couldn't bring it down to a cool enough temperature. And they are going to try and fix it while it's on the pad rather than take it back to the assembly building. And if they can relaunch, they'll do so, I believe, Friday is the next opportunity where they will be able to launch. I think there's going to be a lot of interest in it. They've hyped it up nicely. I remember the days back in the 60s when they were launching Apollo and all of those things, and the world stopped for those launches. They were everywhere. They became pretty routine, and we stopped doing it. Now we're going back to attempt to send people back to the moon. We have a brand new, most powerful rocket, the Artemis 1. And I think there's going to be a lot of interest. I think a lot of people will watch to see the launch. Good luck with it. All right. More coming up. It's the Art Lewis Show for this Monday morning.
Christopher Cross. Friday, October 28th at Soaring Eagle Casino. Same show, same night. John Wick. Tickets start at $34. On sale now. The Soaring Eagle box office. The 40th Anniversary Tour. Christopher Cross with John Waite. Friday, October 28th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Johnson's Pumpkin. With this deal, you are getting a $50 gift certificate for only $25. You can explore the corn maze, get some cider, and don't forget about the donuts. Get ready for Halloween this year by picking out the perfect pumpkin for your next jack-o'-lantern. Head over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
This is it, your last chance to win $5,000 a week forever from Publishers Clearinghouse. Today is the last day to enter. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. But you must enter at PCH.com before it's too late. Hurry! Winner, so go to PCH.com now. $5,000 a week forever. Don't miss your last chance to win it this August 31st. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/29. No purchase necessary. Order prohibited.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right. Start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are give you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
Coming soon in the Great Lakes Bay region,
the Alzheimer's Association annual Walk to End Alzheimer's events will be taking place. The world's largest fundraisers for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. You can join the fight against Alzheimer's by walking in Saginaw on September 10th, in Bay City on October 1st, and Midlands on October 8th. You can find Walk to End Alzheimer's information on the WSGW.com homepage by scrolling down and clicking on the Walk to End Alzheimer's box.
News coverage, talk shows on WSGW, the news you trust around the clock. This is CBS News.
Primary day has arrived.
This is WSGW News.
Fire crews responded to a gas leak in Midland this morning.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
Brown, what is his greatest tip? Read the recipe.
Oh, yes. Follow the directions.
Yeah.
Mark Lewis.
Open phones for the remainder of the hour, whatever you'd like to chat about, 989.
It's the Farm Show with Terry Hinney.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well.
Hartley, Van Camp, and Robbins.
Unfortunately, we could do this part of news every day.
Sean Hannity.
I care about my country. I care about my family.
It's the Evening Roundup with Ann Williams.
Good evening. I'm Ann Williams. The city of Saginaw wants to hear from the
Tom Sullivan.
I don't want you to forget about 1 year ago. I'm not forgetting.
The Ramsey Show.
10 years from now, 20 years from now, which of these decisions are we going to be glad we
News coverage. WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show. And one of the things, I talked about the fact you can get your absentee ballot now. One of the things that happens in polling in political season, particularly midterms and presidential races, is the pollsters get real active. And it's already begun. This is one commissioned by The Hill. Bernie Sanders, amongst all candidates thrown in a bucket. Bernie Sanders had the highest favorability among possible 2024 contenders, according to this poll. It's the USA Today Ipsos poll. 23 candidates were on the polling list. 46% said they had at least a somewhat favorable view toward Sanders, while 41% had an unfavorable view. President Biden and President Trump clocked in almost identically. Biden had the second highest favorability rating at 43%, but his unfavorability rating was notably higher than Sanders with 52%. Former President Trump clocked in with the same ratings as Biden. So number 2 and 3 positions tied, Biden and Trump. Other well-known candidates that had some voters, but not nearly as much supporting them. Vice President Harris, former Vice President Mike Pence, both received favorability ratings from at least 40% of the respondents. So they earned the next couple of places in line. One name missing from this list was Ron DeSantis. But when it came to Republicans, 81% favored Donald Trump. Next in line for the Republicans was Pence and Senator Ted Cruz. But again, Ron DeSantis was not on that list. Democrats, of course, supported in large numbers the president. Biden received the highest favorability rating with 82% of Democratic voters indicating a positive view of the sitting president. 11% of Republicans said the same thing. Not very good. But then again, not many Democrats said it about Trump. So it is going to be an interesting time. I mean, it's going to be interesting in a couple of ways because we don't know if the two leading protagonists, the current president and the former president, are even going to run. Biden says he'll be running in 2024, depending on his health, of course. Donald Trump, while indicating that he might, he has not committed to it. So we don't even know if he will run. If they both bow out, and you have no sitting candidate at the head of the ticket or former sitting candidate at the head of the ticket, look out. It's going to be a free-for-all. We will not have seen an election like this in a long, long time. 2024, if Biden and Trump do not run, they're going to come out of the woodwork on both sides of the aisle. There won't be enough time in the day for all the debates. It's going to be something to see. It really will in the conventions. Oh, look out. If you're a political junkie, you can't wait. If you're a political junkie, you'd love to see nothing better that both the top two candidates say we're not running or can't run, and just have a free-for-all. Can't imagine what would that be like. Ann is in Saginaw. Ann, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm glad that you're proud of your dad, and I think it's great. But you shouldn't be comparing him with what's going on now, because the reason is, just think if it were a different time, and he was one of the agents that was assigned to go and talk to Hillary, and they told him, okay, now don't forget to stop and pick up some donuts and coffee on the way, and oh, by the way, we've sent her these pre-printed questions ahead of time just so that she,
Yeah, well, I understand what you're saying.
Let me finish, and then she, then you find out that one of her excuses was she didn't know what the letter C was on a document. Well, it meant classified.
Right. Okay.
And then also they said don't bother putting her under oath.
Yeah.
And then let's say,
were you there? You heard all that?
What?
You heard all that?
Heard all of what?
Did you hear him tell the agents that?
No, I said let's pretend that that's what happened.
Oh, pretend.
One of the agents, and because that did happen.
Well, let me tell you something that happened with my dad. That's not a pretend. He went up against Herbert Hoover, not Herbert Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover. He went up against J. Edgar Hoover, and won.
That's a different thing.
Why is it different? What was it? How was it different?
It's different because the people that are telling these agents to do these things right now are corrupt, and they, like for instance,
that's what I said. How is it different?
The agents that within 4 hours got facial recognition on the January 6th people, but they didn't do anything about the anarchists that were destroying things in the streets. I guess at some point in my career, I would think, this is a little bit weird here. And, I would feel that my leaders, my employer, is not being entirely fair with the country. And it's putting me in a bad situation because these things go against my morals. That's where I would feel.
All right. Fair enough, Ann.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I got to go out of time, and we will be back to close out.
This segment of Our Community's Care is brought to you by the Saginaw Community Foundation. For the month of August, Saginaw Community Foundation proudly spotlights Reed Association of Saginaw County. The Reed Association of Saginaw County is a 501c3 organization whose mission is to skills and discover the joys of reading. We accomplish this by providing multiple volunteer opportunities through the following programs: Raising Readers Academy, Carolyn R. Otto Family Literacy Center, Mentor Program Volunteer, and our Read Book Delivery Program. To ensure the success of our programs, volunteers are always needed for all programs. The Reed Association of Saginaw County also offers you the opportunity to donate funds using a credit card on their website, readinsaginaw.org. For more information regarding volunteer opportunities or ways to donate, call the Reed offices at 989-755-8402 or visit them online at readinsaginaw.org.
Identity theft shows no sign of slowing down. In fact, more than $14 billion stolen last year. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. LifeLock will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but 25% on their first year of protection with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. LifeLock.com, promo code BECK.
Hey guys, stop putting your love life on hold.
U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now is the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-915-8288 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. 800-915-8288.
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show. We thank you for joining us today. News is next. We'll be back right after it here on WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by General Steel.
I'm Steve Kathan. The much-anticipated test launch of NASA's new moon rocket will have to wait for another day. It was put off this morning because of technical issues.
It's certainly not what NASA wanted.
Launch Director Charlie Blackwell-Thompson has called a scrub of the attempt of launch of Artemis 1.
But NASA Administrator Bill Nelson says it was totally the right call.
We don't launch until it's right.
Nelson says now engineers are trying to find out why they can only chill down 3 of the 4 main engines for the big space launch system. As for launch scrubs,
well, this is just part of the space business, and it's part of particularly a test flight.
Peter King, CBS News at the Kennedy Space Center.
Well, out of Bend, Oregon, where gunfire at a market left 2 dead. Police say the shooter also died. Heather Thompson was on her parents' porch across the street.
10 to and then another 10 to 20 shots. And by that time, I went inside and told my dad to get away from the window.
In Houston, police say a man evicted from an apartment house set it on fire and shot 5 people as they fled, killing 3. The gunman was fatally shot by police. A state of emergency has been declared in Mississippi as areas of that state deal with flooding that CBS's Jim Crisula reports could shatter records.
Hundreds are evacuating their homes in Jackson, Mississippi, with predictions the rain-bloated Pearl River could reach a record high. Sandra Jordan is among those packing up and heading to higher ground.
My first house, and it would be terrible, to lose it to all of that. And if I would have knew that this was like a flood area, I would have never moved in this way.
More rain is in the forecast the next couple of days.
It's a bad scene in parts of Pakistan where monsoons have caused flooding that have killed more than 1,000 people and left hundreds of thousands homeless.
The biggest challenge we have right now certainly is shelter and to get hold of tents in order to accommodate those people who have been forced out of their homes.
Chris Kay is a relief worker. LG is teaming up with a leading automaker for an electric car battery plant. Jeff Gilbert has details from affiliate WWJ in Detroit.
Honda and partner LG will break ground for the plant next year. 2 years later, it will start supplying batteries for EVs that will be made at Honda factories here in North America. No location has been announced, but Honda currently builds vehicles in Ohio, Indiana, and Alabama.
UN experts are now on their way to inspect the big nuclear power plant in Ukraine that's been in the shadow of wartime fighting. Wall Street, right now, the Dow is down 243 points. The NASDAQ is down 130. This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom-designed building made by General Steel. Just call 877-25-STEEL and get a...
Want to pay less for gas? Stop at any one of your local 26 Forward Shell convenience stores where you'll save at least 5 cents a gallon on every fill-up with Shell Fuel Rewards. Earn even more cents off when you make purchases in-store on some of your favorite snacks and drinks. Stack the savings, and you can regularly save 10, 20, 30 cents or more off each gallon of gas. That's Fuel Rewards and your area Forward Shell convenience stores. And remember, when you want to pay less at the pump, go forward.
Mark your calendars for all the fun at Our Kids World Back to School Edition. Saturday, September 24th at Sarah Automotive in Saginaw. This free kids event will help kick off the school year with bounce houses, fun games, prizes, and so much more. Sarah Automotive invites you out from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. to join in all the action. If you or your organization would like to participate, call 989-752-3456. Our Kids World Back to School Edition. Saturday, September 24th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sponsored by Sarah Automotive Academy.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, These factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Ad paid for by USA Veteran Law Group. Attention Marines, if you or a loved one lived or worked at Camp Lejeune for more than 30 days between 1953 and exposed to drinking water contaminated with benzene and other highly carcinogenic chemicals, causing those exposed to develop devastating health conditions. You may qualify for significant compensation if you have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, bladder, kidney, or liver cancer, or other serious health conditions. Get justice. Call 844-982-0001 or visit usaveteranlawgroup.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Vital skies in 76 degrees at 11:05. Check. 2 Bay County Sheriff's deputies are currently on administrative leave after a shooting took place Sunday morning. Police responded to the Bangor Downs townhouses at 3325 Alari Drive in Bangor Township around 3:25 for a report of gunshots coming from one of the apartments. They found one person dead inside the apartment and were faced with what police describe as a deadly force situation. At least one of the deputies fired his gun at the suspect, who was fatally wounded. Michigan State Police are investigating. Police in St. Louis received an uncommon request last Thursday. They say a 69-year-old basement of a relative's home when he found a 1920s and 1930s style grenade. He took it to the police station and asked police to dispose of it. Police closed down the St. Louis City Pool, the interior of City Hall, and the St. Louis Electric Department as a precaution after the grenade was secured. The state police bomb squad was called in and removed the grenade to dispose of it at an undisclosed location. The Saginaw Fire Department is now the second in the state to receive an infant safe sleep certification. According to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, an average of 144 infants die due to unsafe sleeping conditions every year. Safe Sleep Certification Program trains emergency personnel on what to look for to help families prevent tragedy. Saginaw Fire Department Training Safety Officer Brandon Hosbeck says what the certification calls for. Saginaw now has the second fire department in the state to be sleep safe certified, following the Grand Rapids Fire Department. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring your retirement. They talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the difference between just surviving and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, this book explores how a simple process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you understand the must-dos to prepare for the retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-848-1188. That's 989-848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show hour every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services. Investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes Investment Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. Detroit police say a man suspected of randomly shooting 4 people, 3 fatally on the city's west side, has been arrested. Police say the suspect was arrested Sunday evening after an hours-long manhunt, appeared to be firing at people randomly over a roughly 2.5-hour period. Detroit Police Chief James White said that tips led officers to the suspect, but have not. White said police traced all 4 shootings to one firearm and believe there is one shooter. He said investigators don't believe there were any connection between the victims, noting one person was walking a dog and another was waiting for a bus. General Motors will see some downtime at 2 of its plants this week. Here's Autobeat reporter Jeff Gilberts.
The chip shortage prompting GM to halt production this week at their big pickup plant in Mexico. That hurts as car companies have prioritized production of these most profitable products. GM pointing out that for the most part, their production has been pretty stable in the third quarter. This comes after GM at all this week at their Bowling Green Corvette plant. Both factories should resume operations next week. Jeff Gilbert, the Michigan News Network.
The 64th annual Mackinac Bridge Labor Day Bridge Walk is a week from today. Those taking part can begin their walk from either side of the bridge in Mackinac City or St. Ignace. The Mackinac Bridge Authority reminds motorists the bridge will be closed to all vehicle traffic next Monday from 6:30 in the morning until noon. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-079-10. I'm Mike Percha.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
And a good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Focus on WSGW, brought to you by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at roofmax.com. That's getroofmax.com, or call Ben 989-859-6751. Remember, RoofMax is spelt with two X's. Something coming up September 10th is the Liver Life Walk to end liver disease. We're going to find out about that this morning. And we welcome Marcia to the program. And Marcia, I'll leave it to you to pronounce your last name, please.
Hi, this is Marcia Yagalia.
Yagalia. All right. Well, I had it right, actually. That's what I was going to say. So, Marcia, tell us, first of all, I wasn't aware that there was a walk to end liver disease. Has this been going on for a while?
Yes, actually, the walk has been around since 1999, actually, for the American Liver Foundation. Saginaw started its first walk in 2018, actually.
Okay. And so talk about liver disease and how prevalent it is.
It affects nearly 100 million people in the U.S.
How many?
100 million.
It's almost a third of the population.
Mm-hmm. It can range anywhere from hepatitis, autoimmune type things like primary biliary cholangitis. The whole reason I'm involved is it affected my daughter, Lauren. She's 6 at this time. She has what's called biliary atresia, and that's an infant liver disease. And that affects, it's not as common as some of these other liver diseases, but hers is childhood and it'll last her entire life.
That was my next question. Does it go away since she had it as an infant?
No, she had surgery at 8 weeks old. She had what's called the Kasai, and it helps promote bile from the liver to the intestine because her bile duct was not functioning or not working well. And so 2/3 of the kids that fails and they end up needing a liver transplant. And she is thriving with her Kasai at this point in time, and I hope to keep her that way.
And I assume then that you got involved because of your daughter.
Yes.
So what's your involvement in the walk?
I am the volunteer coordinator for the entire walk for the state of Michigan this year. We are the only walk in the state of Michigan. So I have been working very closely with the American Liver Foundation to organize this. And there may or may not be a representative from the ALF that shows up. So I will be the person in charge.
Can I ask why there's only one walk in the entire state?
COVID actually started that. We were first involved in our walk in 2018, and we were just walkers, just promoting liver disease awareness. And 2019, we were as well there, and then COVID hit, and they shut everything down. So we did a couple of virtual walks in 2020 and 2021. So we're just getting the steam and momentum back up this year to try and get these in-person walks back.
So let's talk about the people that are going to walk and how they raise funds.
Yes. I want to say 5 teams signed up. 3 of the teams are biliary atresia families that are coming. And then I've got a couple other that are affected by liver disease in other ways. We would love to have more people. It can be any liver disease, anybody, or somebody who just wants to come walk and show appreciation. They can go to liverlifewalk.org to sign up, or they can actually just register with me the day of the walk.
And this is September 10th, is that correct?
September 10th, yes.
Where does it take place?
Essexville City Hall.
So what's the route?
We will actually be leaving from Essexville City Hall, and we have a 1.6 mile walk just around the town that'll be labeled out. And if people want to do a 5K, they'll just do a second lap.
So is there a registration fee, or do people raise money with their friends?
Registration fee is $20 per person for 17 and up. Under 17 is free. And if they want to just come donate, we can take donations. We're also going to have a bake sale at the walk. And then we'll also have some silent auction items that they can bid on. So just a minimal fee to walk and then come hang out. We'll have a good time. We're going to have some kids events. We're going to have Connect 4. I think Hartley Hart from the Gift of Life Michigan is going to be there. We'll have some temporary tattoos, coloring, bubbles for the kids to do. There's going to be some food and beverages available.
So it's a big event.
Yes.
What time does it start?
Registration starts at 9. The walk starts at 10.
All right. Hang on, Marcia. We'll take a break, come back, and we will hear more about the walk for liver disease, and it's called the Liver Life Walk on September 10th. More ahead.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace RoofMax.
RoofMax, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-6751 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
And now, bedtime. Sleep apnea and CPAP struggles are ruining your sleep. Inspire may work for you. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to help you sleep peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more at inspiresleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Everyone, who's manning the front tonight?
Big E's nightclub needs a bouncer with a military background.
Dougie, I need you to keep eyes on the back.
Security who lays down the no-no when the uns get too intense.
That Swedish DJ duo is back tonight. Y'all remember last time.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is it, your last chance to win $5,000 a week forever from Publishers Clearinghouse. Today is the last day to enter. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. But you must enter at PCH.com before it's too late. Hurry, today's the final day to enter, so go to PCH.com now. $5,000 a week forever. Don't miss your last chance to win it this August 31st. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/29. Prohibited.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
You have the chance to win $1,000 and $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. It's the WSGW Back to School Contest. To play, simply visit WSGW.com and click on the Back to School Contest box. You can enter up to once per day with bonus entry opportunities too. Deadline to enter is August 31st. Winner determined by random drawing. $1,000 for you and $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. The Back to School Contest at WSGW.com. Tonight, it's the Inside Michigan Football Coaches Show with Jim Harbaugh as he previews this Saturday's season opener against Colorado State. Tune in live tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. on 790 SGW.
The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
All right, we're back with you, talking to Marcia from the Walk to End Liver Disease, the Liver Life Walk, which will be September 10th, starting up in Essexville, and we'll remind you of all that again. So let me ask, if we go back to your daughter's disease, which I'll let you pronounce.
Biliary atresia.
Has there been research progress?
There is. They still don't know exactly what causes it. When my daughter was first diagnosed, they thought maybe it was an inflammatory process shortly after birth that caused it. So she was on high-dose steroids for about 1.5 years.
Whoa.
I think they have kind of leaned away from that a little bit now, because some of the moms I've talked to that their children were diagnosed after her, they haven't had to do the steroid treatment like she did. So there is some progression, but we still don't know what causes it. So the Kasai is by 12 weeks of after birth is the best bet for them to have that procedure done. If they don't have it done, generally there's so much scarring to the liver already that they generally just put them on the transplant list and hope that a liver becomes available for them.
So let me understand this disease. I mean, does it cause the liver to shut down?
When bile can't flow from the liver into the small intestines, the bile backup causes cirrhosis. So the cirrhosis is what causes the liver failure.
Which is usually associated with binge drinking and
Correct.
somebody had too
That's
much.
what generally most people think of it as, yes. But there are many reasons cirrhosis can be caused, but that's what most of the public thinks it's from.
So your daughter's on, she's doing very well with it right now.
Yes.
Does that mean that she's good for the rest of her life? What does she have to do to maintain?
So she takes medications twice a day, actually. She takes a vitamin because with liver failure, those fat-soluble vitamins don't absorb into the body. So she takes that. She had to take vitamin K for a little bit because her blood was too thin. The liver promotes blood clotting. So with a bad liver, you can bleed out easier. So we monitor her lab work twice a year. She takes a medication that helps make the bile flow through that created duct easier. And then she also takes an antibiotic twice a day. It's just a low dose that helps prevent infection, because without that bile duct, she's missing the sphincter. And so bacteria can flow up into the liver and cause an infection in the liver.
All of this in a 6-year-old.
Yes. And she's been dealing with it since she was 8 weeks old.
So let me ask you this. Does it impair her ability to do things in life? If I met her, would I say she's a normal 6-year-old?
Yes, you would. You would say she's completely normal. She doesn't look any different than any other 6-year-old. We just have precautions that we have to take with her. She does have a little bit of spleen enlargement. So like contact sports are not really good for her because we don't want to rupture her spleen.
So I assume then this has made a big adjustment in your life too.
Yes, yes. I never thought I'd have to have a mini pharmacy at my house to give her meds twice a day. Thankfully, she's okay with no contact sports. She loves to dance. She's a very typical 6-year-old girl who loves pinks and purples and unicorns. So she's kind of like my cheerleader. But we just talk about, she has to be careful that her liver could get sick at any time, and we want to keep it healthy.
Well, she's a lucky girl to have a mom and parents who took interest like this. And, I would hope any parent did the same thing for their child.
I would too.
Are there a number of these children in this region?
I have a small group on Facebook of friends, and I want to say that I know of, there are about 8 kids that have this in the state of Michigan.
Wow. Well, give everybody again the information on the walk and how they can get involved.
Yes, it's the Liver Life Walk, liverlifewalk.org/Michigan. You can register. The event is on Saturday, September 10th. Registration starts at 9. Walk starts at 10. You can join our team, which is Team Lauren, or you can make your own. Registration is $20 for adults. Kids are free.
Well, Marcia, listen, thank you for spending time with us this morning. I wish you well with the walk, and I certainly wish your daughter well with her future.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being with us. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
All right, so there you have it, Marcia Ugalia and the Liver Life Walk on September 10th. We will be back to close out and move on to the market report after these notes.
Hi, this is Jessica. It's time to check out United Financial Credit Union and experience the credit union difference. From youth accounts to retirement accounts, we can help you with all of your financial needs. Here at United Financial Credit Union, we've been committed to our communities since 1964 and strive to provide long-term financial stability to our members and their families. Whether you need a loan or are looking for a safe place for your savings, you will always be treated as our top priority. Not a member? Why not? It's never been easier to open it. Time for you to check out your local friendly credit union and see how we will put you first.
Must meet eligibility requirements federally insured by the NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Credit Union. Serving the Valley community.
How did hiring the right person become so difficult? Well, it doesn't have to be. Alpha Digital already has targeted databases built to very qualified candidates that are just looking for the right opportunity. Target exactly who you're trying to reach with a budget that is customized just for you. Learn about all the possibilities by going to alphamediadigital.com today. Find your next star employee with alphamediadigital.com.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
All right, that'll do it for Focus here on WSGW, brought to you by RoofMax with 2 X's, GetRoofMax.com. Time to head over to Baird & Company for our ticker tip of the day, and that's where we find Steve Anderson. Have you recovered from Friday's free fall yet?
No. No, we're still stumbling, I guess. Little follow through. Dow Jones Industrial Averages down 213 points, putting it at 32,073. Volume is 243 million shares. Nasdaq's down 148 at 11,995 on volume there of 316 million shares.
And let's move on to your ticker